Animated photo. First, I'm going to have you open up and create a new project. So we're going to go to new project. You're going to click on screen, and then we're going to choose 1024 by 768. If you are someone who'd prefer to use square, you're welcome to choose that same dimensions and then just change your height to 1024, and then it'll be in a square format. Okay, otherwise we'll just stick with that. You can see this one is horizontal, or you can click the arrows and switch it to go vertical, your choice. Once you've done that, name your project right away. So if you want to name it animated animated photo, you can name it that. Or if you want to name it something specific, go ahead and do that. So this is named after my son, so I'm going to name it Ozzy GIF, and I'm going to name it Start because I'm going to make multiples of these and rename it. Okay, so this is my first one, the Start. You could also name it like number 1, because like I said, we're going to want to rename this or resave this multiple times. So if something gets messed up, you have multiple versions, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so once you've done that, you're going to click Create, and then you're going to start bringing in your photos. So I highly recommend that you first bring in your background photo. So you can do File, Open, and Place. So in this case, my background photo is going to be this picture of Luigi that I got from Pexels.com. When I'm placing this in, I'm seeing white borders on the top and bottom. Now I have two choices here. If I want to just fill up the space of the artboard that's already there, so that white piece of paper essentially, I'm going to hold Shift, go to the corner, and then I'm going to drag this to fill that space there. Now, maybe this cuts off too much of your background and doesn't really work for what you want. So I'm going to do, this is what it looked like before I transformed it. So I can change the size a little bit. So I'm going to transform this, scale. So I want to make this a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to take up all of that space because it cuts off a lot of the picture. So let's say I'm going to do something like this to cut off part of that picture. Press Enter. Now we still have white space on the top and bottom, which we don't want. And this is when you would come in crop. So the crop tool over here, you're going to line the cursor up with the corner, click and drag to the other side. So it's just covering your picture, and press Enter. Okay, oops, I got a little bit of white space there. I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to bring that a little bit lower this time. I think it's still catching white space, so I'm just going to bring the arrow down, and then once again, press Enter to crop. Much better. All right, now that I have this, I'm going to leave it here. If you want to lock it so that you know you're not going to change this at all, you can make sure you're clicked on the layer. And then before I lock it, I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to name it Luigi. And I might even want to put, now that I've done that, I'm going to do background. So I know that's my background picture. Just make it easier. So if you want to lock it so it doesn't move at all, click on here, and then you're going to click on the lock. Now I'm going to start bringing in my next picture to do some animation on that. And I'm going to actually show that in a different video. So I'm going to stop this one and you'll look for the next video.